The POE Toaster. The POE Toaster is a nickname given to a mysterious man who pays annual tribute to Poe by visiting his grave every year. The strange tradition started in 1949, a century after Poe's death, and it occurs every year on the author's birthday, January the 19th. According to Wikipedia, in the early hours of the morning on that date, a black-clad figure, presumed to be male, with a silver-tipped cane, enters the Westminster Hall and burying ground in Baltimore, Maryland. The individual proceeds to Poe's grave, where he or she raises a cognac toast. Before departing, the toaster leaves 3 red roses and a half bottle of cognac on the grave. The toaster wears a black hat and coat and hides his face with a hood or scarf. Groups of reporters and admirers are often on hand to watch the event. There have been no attempts to interfere with the toaster or to unmask him, most likely out of respect for the tradition. D.B. Cooper. D.B. Cooper, also known as Dan Cooper, is a name given to a notorious aircraft hijacker who, on November the 24th of 1971, after receiving a ransom payout of $200,000, leapt from the back of a Boeing 727 as it was flying over the Pacific Northwest, somewhere over the southern Cascades. Cooper has not been seen since, and it is not known whether he survived the jump. In 1980, an 8-year-old boy found $5,800 of soggy $20 bills washed up on the banks of the Columbia River. The serial numbers matched those of the ransom money, which had been noted to make it easier to track Cooper later. Cooper escaped from the plane by jumping off the rear air stair with a parachute, leading aviation authorities to add stricter measures about the design of planes to prevent it from happening again. In addition, this event caused airports to install metal detectors for the very first time. The Count of Saint Germain. The Count of Saint Germain, who allegedly died on February the 27th of 1784, was a courtier, adventurer, inventor, amateur scientist, violinist, amateur composer, and a mysterious gentleman. He also displayed some skills associated with the practice of alchemy. He was known as Der Wonderman, which translated means the Wonder Man. He was a man whose origin was unknown and who disappeared without leaving a trace. In 1745, Horace Walpole wrote of him, "The other day they seized an odd man who goes by the name of Count Saint Germain. He has been here these 2 years and will not tell who he is or whence, but professes that he does not go by his right name. He sings, plays on the violin wonderfully, composes, is mad, and is not very sensible. He is called an Italian, a Spaniard, a Pole, a somebody that married a great fortune in Mexico and ran away with her jewels to Constantinople, a priest, a fiddler, a vast nobleman. The Prince of Wales has had unsatiated curiosity about him, but in vain. However, nothing has been made out against him. He is released, and what convinces me that he is not a gentleman stays here and talks of his being taken up for a spy. Since his death, various occult organizations have adopted him as a model figure or even as a powerful deity. In recent years, several people have claimed to be the Count of Saint Germain." The Man in the Iron Mask. The Man in the Iron Mask died November 1703, was a prisoner held in a number of jails, including the Bastille, during the reign of King Louis XIV of France. The true identity of the man is unknown because no one ever saw his face, which was hidden by a black velvet mask. Fictional retellings of the story refer to the mask as an iron mask. The first records that mention the prisoner are from 1669, when Louis XIV's minister placed the prisoner in the care of the governor of prison of Pignerol. According to the letter that accompanied him, the man's name was Eustache Dogger. The letter instructed the governor to prepare his cell with multiple doors to prevent anyone outside from listening in. The prisoner was told that if he spoke to anyone of anything other than his immediate needs, he would be killed. The governor was the only person who was to see the prisoner, and he provided him with his daily food. When the prisoner died, all of his belongings were destroyed. To this day, no one knows who the Man in the Iron Mask was. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Until tomorrow, goodbye.